I'm gonna go on a whim here and say that a majority of Wu-Tang Clan does not rock with Drake, at least artistically from what I'm seeing. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like a majority of the Wu-Tang members actually rock with Drake at all. They had an opportunity to get on the song with him, and a majority of them had said no for their own personal reasons. Now, some has spoke up for Drake, such as RZA, but Method Man had did an interview recently with Carmelo Anthony where he explained why he didn't want to get on the song Wu-Tang Forever that comes out on Drake's album Nothing Was the Same. In this interview, he explains the reason why he didn't want to get on the song. But before we get into that, I just want to let y'all know the history of this song and what other Wu-Tang members had said before Method Man had came out and did this interview. Now, the first thing that I want to address when it came to the song and Wu-Tang Clan was that a lot of the fans, specifically to Wu-Tang, didn't really enjoy the song because of the context of the song. They felt like it didn't really have anything to do with Wu-Tang, especially because Wu-Tang is not on it. The only thing that resembles anything of Wu-Tang is the title and the sample from It's Yours, which could be played in the background very vaguely. But other than that, the lyrics that Drake is singing on the song really don't have any meaning towards Wu-Tang Clan necessarily. So when fans started to feel like this song didn't really pay homage correctly, people reached out to Wu-Tang Clan to see what they would say. RZA was one of the first to speak in regards to the song when it came out. He said that Drake sent me the song because they couldn't clear the sample. So I did it myself, personally for free of charge. The fourth track on Drake's third album was inspired by Wu-Tang Clan's It's Yours off the New York Rap Collective's 1997 double album Wu-Tang Forever. To me, that's what we meant when we said Wu-Tang is forever. We didn't think we were going to live forever. We meant that the energy of what we would do would spread on in the culture generation by generation, added RZA. By Drake absorbing it and having that influence in his life and having it to be a part of him, it proves what I'm saying. So essentially, this is the reason why Drake was able to sample It's Yours by Wu-Tang Clan. He got the blessing from RZA himself, the man that crafts the beats for Wu-Tang Clan. So he clears it for him, and it's really just for him to pay homage, for him to carry on the Wu-Tang Clan name. But I don't think that everybody was on the same page with this. Now, I do think that they were all fair and game about Drake using the sample, but when it came to them getting on the song, I think that's when they started to have their real issues. Some of the Wu-Tang Clan members started to have a little bit of pushback. There was reports that they were going to get on the remix, that they were going to get on the Wu-Tang Forever remix after this song had dropped. And one of the first people to respond to this rumor was, again, RZA and U-God. It says, regardless of fans' reactions, reports began circulating that Wu-Tang Clan members were actually ready to jump on the remix of the song. That collaboration never saw the light of day. RZA spoke with MTV to explain what happened to Drake's Wu-Tang Forever remix, featuring everybody. A few brothers got on it. Some got on it and said, take my verse off, says RZA. We were on Europe on tour, so everybody's chi energy wasn't 100% up to par. U-God added that the crew received the track at the last minute, and he only had about 6 hours to record his part. He also states that the subject matter he wrote did not mesh with the topic Drake covered on Wu-Tang Forever. At the time, I wasn't feeling womany. I was feeling hard as nails, says U-God. He was talking about something totally different. So before Method Man does this interview with Carmelo, there's already been Wu-Tang Clan members already talking about how they weren't feeling the song when they heard it. They weren't feeling the lyrics in the song and what Drake was talking about, specifically U-God, saying that it felt too womany, which has a good point because in the chorus and in the intro of the song, Drake is talking to a woman. And it doesn't really make sense with the song title. I thought we were talking about Wu-Tang Forever, but you're here singing on a beat, harmonizing to a woman when you know you just named the song after the biggest rap group in history, one of the best lyrical rap groups that there ever was, that there ever will be. But you decide to sing an R&B type song dedicated to them. You could see why U-God feels this way. You could see why RZA is saying that their chi and energy wasn't 100% up to par. And it's exactly what Method Man was saying. In this recent interview, he talks about writing a verse for the song, but had a change of heart halfway through.
I like Drake.
Yeah.
You know, I like Drake. I think he's a dope artist. He puts out some great music, obviously, or else he wouldn't be as big as he is.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sent the record, we were overseas. He did send the record.
And that's true. From the article that we just read, RZA said that they were in Europe on tour. And U-God said they only had 6 hours to record their verses.
Some brothers were trying to write to it and shit, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't like it. I didn't like I was like, what does this have to do with Wu-Tang Forever?
And this is exactly what U-God was saying in the interview also. He said it sounded womany and had nothing to do with them. I feel like RZA was more than willing to clear the song for Drake. And it was most likely because he was going to pay homage to them. That was more so the intention coming from RZA. But looking back in context, it doesn't look like the song made sense to them.
I'm not questioning his artistic ability or anything. I'm just saying for my taste, I was more or less like, I'm not getting on that.
Feels like a lot of artists at that, especially at that time, I wouldn't, you know, turn down the opportunity to be on a record that big?
Well, no one knew it was
Or
going to be
artist
that
that
big.
big.
You know, when you become jaded when you've been in the business for a
Right.
long time. So
and it's funny that he says you become jaded, almost as if that they're getting bored. They've done this repetitively. They've always recorded with multiple artists, and this is just one of another things that is happening. They don't care if it's Drake or not. They've been asked to do songs with multiple people, hop on other songs, hop on other dedication tracks. To him, it's getting jaded. To him, it's getting boring. The lack of enthusiasm is really there for him, right? But it's funny that he says that, though, because there's another song that they got on that is called Wu-Tang Forever, and it actually belongs to Logic. This song right here, it has the same exact name. It's from Logic's project, Wu-Tang Forever, featuring Jizza, Master Illa, You God, Capadonna, Inspector Deck, Method Man, RZA, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer, and Jackpot and Scotty Waddy. All of these guys hopped on this record. More than 8 people are on this record. Logic was able to have 8 members from Wu-Tang Clan on his record. That is called Wu-Tang Forever. The only difference is that this record actually caters to the Wu-Tang style. The beat for this song does require lyricism. It's not catering to women. It's not something that is trying to pacify people. It's more so of a lyrical sparring when you hear this song. Everybody is giving it their all when it comes to lyrics. And I think that's more the lane that they were wanting. And I feel like this is what they were expecting when they were to do a song with Drake. And I think they were let down, in my opinion, right? I think that they were let down because we give the beat to him for free and he remixes it into something that doesn't even have anything to do with our brand, doesn't have anything to do with our style. And again, he says that he likes Drake, right? Method Man said that he has nothing against him. But we know that Method Man just doesn't want to say what he's trying to say. You're not ready to get into the booth with us. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much you respect us, how much you want to pay homage for us. If you can't get in the booth and really try to spit with us, then we're not getting on a song with you. If the message isn't clear, we're not getting on a song with you. That's not just Drake. That's for anybody else. They respected Logic enough as an MC to do what he do, but they couldn't get behind Drake, even with all the fame, with all the popularity, with all the money. None of that matters because Wu-Tang cares about what they stand for and how others will look at their brand when they're all long and gone. And again, you could take a look here. RZA, You God, Method Man are the people who've talked about being on the other record with Drake. But here, all of them are doing a record with Logic by the same name, Wu-Tang Forever. It's clear that they rather mess with Logic than mess with Drake because they know that Logic is actually going to be on the same page as them.
Especially
for me, right, yeah. Right. So for me, it's like big artists or not.
If I'm not feeling it, I'm just not going to do it. Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, sir.
And that's very well said. Very good way to finish it off. If I don't feel it, I'm not going to do it. And I understand that Method Man is not trying to be disrespectful, but from all the interviews that we gathered, from all the quotes that we gathered from other Wu-Tang members and what's played out after the release of the song, it's fair to say that they don't like the song at all. Again, You God saying that it sounds womany, and RZA saying that everybody wasn't up to par with it, and some even saying to take their verses off. Method Man following up by saying that he was writing mid-verse and decided to change his mind and not do it. It all adds up. And if we're going based off a percentage, just like RZA, I want to say about 85 to 75% of Wu-Tang Clan is not rocking with Drake like that, at least on the lyrical level. I think they wanted him to pay homage because it's one of the biggest artists of the newest generation, paying respects to a group that will outlast the majority of people's careers, that will probably outlast Drake's career. You can let me know that in the comments. But Wu-Tang is forever, for sure. And Wu-Tang Clan is global. People in other countries rock with Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang is for the children. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a different type of level of respect to get into the booth with them or to feature on the song with them. And that clearly shows by this story here. So I thought that was interesting. Always been a fan of Wu-Tang Clan, ODB, Method Man. I love all of their albums. I know I felt the same way when I heard Wu-Tang Forever. The first thought that you think is, what does this have to do with Wu-Tang at all? And I think that still stands with this interview right here. But y'all can tell me how you feel about this in the comments and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it a legend.